Megaflash. Hello everybody. Thank you for visiting again. My name's Lew. From a deep sleep, I awoke at 1 a.m. today, February 1st, 2022, and I was sleepless until 3:30 a.m. Later that morning, the news reported a record-breaking east to west bolt of lightning that lasted 17 seconds had occurred, spanning 3 United states, a total of 477 miles, the longest duration and longest distance a lightning bolt has ever been recorded or known. It spanned Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, almost reaching the panhandle of Florida and the Gulf of Mexico. And I've got videos at the beginning here. You can see the actual recording from the satellites. But I woke up at 1 a.m. I don't know why. Maybe that's prophetic too, because when he sends signals, he knows that we're not going to be sleeping. But at Matthew 24, verse 27, the first Natsarim, the branches of Yahusha, his followers, were asking Yahusha questions about what signs there would be about his return. And he mentioned several specific things. And he was saying these words: "For as the lightning comes from the east to the west, so also shall the coming of the Son of Adam be." East-west. That means that the earth is going to be seeing him coming. Every eye will see him as he's approaching. But the light, he says, as the lightning. Okay. Now this is maybe a harbinger, maybe a thing that he's saying to his Natsarim in the last times. You know, the last Natsarim, that's us. That he's going to be waking us up, showing his name and his covenant and his word. And we're going to be looking at a few of those things in this video very quickly. Also on this same morning, a volcano erupted in Hawaii with a huge shock wave with tsunami warnings. And Yahusha had left dire warnings that were very specific to his first Natsarim at Matthew 24. The name of Yahuwah is important to those who have ears to hear. One day the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the esteem of Yahuwah, just as the waters covered the sea. That's at Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14. The name of Yahuwah will be written on the bells of the horses, warning bells, and the pots to cook food in, saying, Kodesh to Yahuwah. Actually, Kodesh le Yahuwah. Set apart to Yahuwah. And that's in Zechariah chapter 14, verse 20. I'll show you a picture of what the golden headpiece must have looked something like in actual Hebrew. It wasn't written in Aramaic. I mean, this was during the time that they were in the wilderness. They weren't seeing the language of Aram. They were seeing Hebrew. Writing is the most important invention in human history, according to some. And the writings of truth, that's what Scripture calls itself at Daniel chapter 10, declare that the name of Yahuwah is exalted above all things. If you read Psalm 138, verse 2, your name, your word, your name are the highest of all things. The name of Yahuwah has been called chicken scratch by some. And here recently, just today, I read that it's a ridiculous nonsense script. But when the babbling of Babel falls, every knee will bow and every tongue will admit that Yahusha is Yahuwah, to the esteem of the Father, because he's the one doing it. He made a body for himself. He became a creature, died, and rose. And now we're waiting for him to come back. We are his witnesses that he is Elohim. Baruch haba Bashem Yahuwah. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of Yahuwah. Join NatsarimLife.com. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
How about the rebirth of the Holy Roman Empire? That happened. Their headquarters is in Belgium, Brussels, Belgium. It's designed, it was totally designed from an artifact that they found referencing the Tower of Babel. It was designed and patterned after the Tower of Babel, the rebirth of the Holy Roman Empire. The headquarters of the European Union is in Brussels, Belgium. And it looks like the tower, unfinished Tower of Babel. So that's there. United Nations. World sanctions. Been able to sanction other countries and starve them out until they bend to their will. We'll starve you to death until you do what we say. That's never been able to happen. How about information? Mankind has gone through a great change. None of them have had an understanding of Scripture like we do. None of them. Matter of fact, most of them weren't even allowed to own Scriptures or the penalty of death. They weren't even allowed to have their own copy of Scripture, man. They'd kill them. If they found them with it, they'd burn them at the stake or behead them. They weren't even allowed to own it. The only way they could get Scripture was going into a circus and listen to a priest read it in Latin to them and then tell them what it meant. You know, about it. You know, for the most part. And the translations have been so messed up off the codexes and the Hebrew texts and all through down and forth and so on, that you can't even hardly, if you don't know what the Natsarim know, you can't hardly come out of it by reading it. It takes an act of Yahusha, of the Ruach HaKodesh, to wake you up and pull you out of there. That's how messed up it is. It's just right around the corner, folks. We need all to wake up, come into reality. Welcome to reality. We're getting ready to go into tribulation. It's going to be a gigantic explosion and war like no one's ever seen or imagined between good and evil. That's what the tribulation years in Armageddon is. Good and evil is going to collide. A big final grand finale war. And it's going to be a mess. And us Natsarim are going to have a big job, a lot of responsibility, and we better know what we're doing.